9. Clutteratorium. "'Tis one of the great, unresolved mysteries of the universe. Mine own snitsy-witsy kingdom, that is. A blessed abode I'm indisposed to asperse. Whither to, presactly, various objects disappear. To cite a distinctly noteworthy instance, what, pray tell, happened to the invoice from the press and needle emporium I left tacked to the fridge in the garage, or the temperature selector on the waffle iron I'd thrust beneath the Victoria's Secret decoupage on the ambry shelf in the sudatorium. I call it such, for why it's dank and musty down there. Or the ham and oyster knives in the tinkle box bench. Or my grubby set of novels by Gustave Flaubert, jammed inside a toolbox with a flare nut wrench. In the remote, if not unforeseen off-chance that my morbidly repressed neuroses materialize, it ought, one and all, to come as neither a mean nor blunt surprise, especially when taking under account, with all the fact of my being left-legged, that the balance of my mental condition is perilously unstable, that only seldom am I able, for which I receive severe reprimands, against which I upheave, to match my socks, or synchronize the hands on my disagreeing clocks. Stacks and piles of mags streak towards the stratosphere. Heaps and mounds of rags can be viewed from every quarter. Draping from the chandelier is a rude athletic supporter. The dishwasher serves as a newspaper rack. The bathtub holds my cellaret of wines, and therewithal my fifths of Armagnac. Floppy disks dangle from weeping clotheslines. The washing machine houses my record collection. The dryer contains mementos of my affection. My unfinished novel is stacked on the floor, less than a flea's jump from where the dog dines. 'Tis no way snatching, pleasant or peachy, to make one's way from point A to point B, for one is obliged to boldly trudge, ankle, knee, and elbuck deep, through oozing, gurgling, industrial sludge, atop a promiscuous mouldering heap of pear, fig, and persimmon peels, of bubblegum wraps and leftover meals, all the whilst traversing a haphazard trail of coupons, bad checks, and unopened mail. Tout au contraire, ever and anon, a derelict object I'll stumble upon, an artifact I'd there until thought long gone. To cite a luminously splendid example, 'twas one fine after, many moons ago, whilst clumsily foraging inside my fridge, within the darkest recesses of the crisper, for the previous soir's sea snake gumbo, I uncovered, much to my distressed surprise, a sight sore unseemly for unsullied eyes. A brick of cheese of indeterminable vintage, blocked by a head of rusty old cabbage. In ringing red letters, printed on its label, could be spelled out the venerated style, Velveeta. Its plight more debauched than an Augean stable. The bleating slab was a mousetrap from hell, lavishly exuding a villainous smell, which put one in mind of animalian excreta. On close inspection, I ascertained its date, the time as it were, of its expiration, which according thereto was a long-drawn slew of dim brown winters ere that of late. The said lump of maggot appeared to originate from the lattermost lustrums of the foregone century. This was confirmed by the bearded, hairy, multi-legged life forms dwelling there within. Aye, 'tis one of the inscrut quonundrums of my stinky little universe. My hanky-spanky 2x4 fiefdom, that is. Not only whitherto sundry and diverse dingbats and dew-willies disappear, but also quite the converse, namely, from whence they appear, seemingly out of nowhere, in the claustrophobic confines of my fashionable trough for swines, my cockroach-encumbered Clutteratorium, my gay-roofed, schnozzy little shit-house, drooping in the dregs of a murky cul-de-sac, bursting at the sutures with uncombusted bric-a-brac